Hey YouTube, T. Holtz here with another update of my 20-gallon long planted tank. Couple of changes this week. Of course, insane growth is one of the changes. This Rotala here has once again grown to the surface. I trimmed it just a couple weeks ago, not even, and now it's all the way up to the top again, kind of taking away the room for the fish to swim. I feel bad about that, but I'm growing it out so I can trim it and put it in a second planting tank that I'm working on setting up. I'll cut it down to this level here and plant all these trimmings in another tank, kind of taking away the room of my fish to swim. You see a few of them there, but most of the fish are in the back here, where there aren't as many plants. Still hard to see them, but there's not as many plants here in this corner and behind this driftwood, and that's where the fish are hanging out for now. But I'll trim this Rotala and give them more room to swim up in this area here next week when I start up my second planted tank. That'll be one less plant I have to buy for my second tank. Other changes since my last video: I now have 3 of these banana plant lily pads at the surface. Here's one of them, second one here, and the third one right there. So that's pretty cool. 3 shoots coming up and floating at the surface. And you can see 1, 2, and the third one there. These banana plants growing like crazy. There's another one coming up right there. And on this banana plant over on this side, there is another one right there coming up. All the plants doing very well. Besides the banana plants, the dwarf sage, nice dark green color, nice contrast to the color of the other plants. You could see how much darker green that is than the Rotala. My Anubias Nana has 3 new leaves on it, all growing. Here's another one coming up right here, so that'll be a 4th new leaf on it. Riccia moss growing very well. A lot of it has been detaching from the wood and floating at the top, but that's okay. Even my Anacharis here has made a comeback. It's been growing very well, greened up, and looks nice. I did add a second filter, so I now have 2 filters in this tank, an Aqua Clear 30 and a Whisper 40, giving this tank some real nice filtration. This filter became extra when I emptied out, combined 2 tanks into one last week. Here's a view from the top. My water sprite has certainly grown a lot back up to the surface. That grows very quickly, in no time. All this growth here is all new within the last 2 weeks. I trimmed it and had it an inch or 2 below the surface, and it has grown really fast. Here's my Riccia moss right here, floating at the top as it comes off from the driftwood. Really like these banana plant leaves with the 3 of them here. And all the fish are doing well. Unfortunately, they don't have a whole lot of place to swim right now, but they will once I do a trimming. And let's see if we can... Well, he just moved. I wanted to show my Otto catfish, but I don't know where he went. He just moved. There he is. Moved again. I've been feeding them cucumbers every couple days I put a slice of cucumber in, and they seem to really like that. And then I go a day or two without putting cucumbers in, so that they eat some of the algae that's growing in this tank. I really don't have an algae problem, but I want the Otto cats to eat something besides the cucumbers. As you can see, you don't see the fish. They're all behind this driftwood. Really no room for them to swim in here right now, but there will be once I trim this Rotala. Because the Rotala is going to go in this tank here. Right now it doesn't look like much, very cloudy. I dirted it earlier this afternoon, did a water change on it. No filter in it right now, it just has this little power head going to circulate the water. I will put a filter in it after I do another 5 or 6 water changes on it. Today is Wednesday. I'll change the water at least 6 more times. 80% of the water will be changed, 80 to 90%, 6 more times. And then I should have plants coming a week from today. I do have a nice piece of driftwood to go right here, and I'll plant some of that Rotala that I'll cut from the other tank in the back in this area here, and I'm not sure what other kind of plants I'm going to get. The fish, most of them are going to come from this tank here, a non-planted tank, regular plastic plants in here. But I do have, I combined 2 tanks into one, and these fish here, look how red those Serpae tetras are. There are 19 neons in this tank. You really can't see them, but there are 19 neons in here, and they're going to go up in the tank above it once the plants are in and the water's safe for fish. Now I'm going to put neons and red cherry shrimp, because the red cherry shrimp won't be eaten by the neons, and then all these other fish would end up attacking and eating the cherry shrimp. As you can see, you don't see any of the neons. They're in here. There are 19 of them in there somewhere, even though you can't see a single one. They tend to hide in the back when they're in a tank with other fish. But hopefully when they're by themselves, they'll be out and I'll be able to see them swimming around. Well, they're going to go in here eventually. This tank will clear up once I do all the water changes on it. That'll be another week or so. In the meantime, everything's going very well. Thanks for watching.